Hello guys, welcome to our channel. Today's topic is ways to create if-else logic. We'll start with very simple if-else logic. So when input 2 is greater than 0, at that time input 1 is passed as a output and otherwise input 3 is passed as output. To implement this particular logic, we have used simple switch block where second input of the switch is used as a control signal which will decide whether to pass input 1 or input 3. When we simulate this model, when input 2 is equal to 0, it will pass its third input to switch as an output. When it is changed to 1, it will pass first input as output. Similar to switch block, in case of Boolean signals, it is always advisable to use logical operations. To implement if-else logic, we will use two AND gates, one OR gate and one NOT gate. Input 2 is our control signal, so when input 2 is 1, that is true, we will pass whatever value is present on input 1 as the output. When input 2 is 0 or false, we will pass whatever value is present on input 3 as the output. Let's try simulating this logic. So our condition is false, so it is passing input 3 as an output. We can try changing this third input. When we change this to true, it will pass first input as an output. Similar to simple if-else logic, we can create a nested if-else logic as well. So for this, we will use multiple switches in series. So here our requirement is like when condition 1 is true, at that time we'll pass input 1 as a output. When condition 2 is true, we will pass input 2 as a output. Else if condition 3 is true, we will pass input 3 as output. And if none of these conditions are true, we will pass input 4 as a output. Let's try simulating this model. So at first, none of these conditions are true, so we are getting output as input 4. We will change this. We can observe change in output as per this. We will make condition 1 true. So when condition 1 is true, we will see input 1 is passed as a output. Now we will make condition 2 as true. We can see input 2 is passed as output. And when condition 3 is true, we can see input 3 is passed as output. So such kind of logic is used when there are multiple if-else conditions. However, because of MATLAB limitations, we have to restrict such if-else conditions to maximum of 6 switch blocks. Similar logic which was created using multiple switches can be created using state flow flowchart. Here we have created different transitions with conditions and executions written on it. So here when constant 1, which is input to state flow flowchart, is equal to 1, then we are passing input 1 as output. When constant 1 is equal to 2, we are passing input 2 as output. When constant 1 is equal to 3, we are passing input 3 as output. And when none of these conditions are true, we are passing output as 0. Here please note that the default transitions where there is no guard, that is no condition, its execution priority should be kept as lowest. Let's try to simulate this model. So when constant 1 is 0, then none of the condition is met, that's why output is coming as 0. when we make this constant value as 1, it is passing input 1 as a output. When we change constant 1 value to 2, it is passing input 2 as a output. When constant 2 is made equal to 3, it is passing input 3 as a output. And when none of the conditions are met, it will pass output as a 0. So in this way we can create the same logic which is created in Simulink using switch block by using state flow flowchart. Another way of implementing if-else logic is using if-action subsystems. In if block, we can select number of conditions, that is number of inputs, and we can select the expression by which we recognize the particular condition is true. For first condition, we can write condition expression here. For other conditions, we can separate those expressions using comma. In respective subsystem, we can see this particular subsystem is executed when the conditions are becoming true. Let's try simulating this model. Initially, none of the condition is true, that's why the default value is passing. When we make condition 1 as true, the first subsystem will be enabled and its input is passed. When condition 2 is true, when condition 2 is true, the second subsystem will be enabled and its input is passed as output. And when condition 3 is true, the third subsystem will start executing and it will pass output. And when none of the conditions are true, it will pass the default output. So these are the different ways which we can implement if-else logic. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to watch more such simulation videos.